Jamie Hopkins of Bulworth Academy may no longer be with us, but die-hard fans of the Rockstar one-off have one burning question. When will the rebellious student return, and when can we expect to see Bully 2 on consoles and PC? Unfortunately, contrary to the popular belief and the numerous rumors circulating on forums such as Reddit, Rockstar Games is not currently working on the sequel. But what could change in the future? Let's go over it and talk about what we know so far and perhaps what shall we expect in the future. Bully 2 is an unconfirmed sequel to the cult classic action-adventure game Bully. It is also one of the most anticipated sequels to date, with millions of long-time IP fans pledging their support for the idea. Despite their undivided support, Rockstar Games has yet to fully commit to the project, leaving pretty stale breadcrumb trail for the others to follow for over a decade. The good news is that the foundation for the sequel has already been laid, as Rockstar Games confirmed quite some time ago. However, due to the higher priority IPs such as Red Dead Redemption and Max Payne 3 taking the spot back then, the game never saw the light of day. And this was over a decade ago. So if Hopkins were to return on modern consoles, the entire project would likely have to be wiped and restarted from the fresh perspective. There's once a story circulating that depicted Jimmy Hopkins spending his summer vacation in his stepfather's estate, a passage that was to be served as a prologue to a much larger and more open world type of game. Ex-Rockstar New England employees never elaborated on this, so it's difficult to say what would have happened after the prologue stages. It should come to no surprise that there are numerous rumors surrounding the premise, the most notable of which involves Jimmy's life at the university. Whatever the case, we're unlikely to hear anything about its setting or time period for at least another couple of years. Bully 2 was reportedly designed to accommodate a map 3 possible 4 times the size of the original game. While it wouldn't have been as large as Grand Theft Auto 4, Rockstar New England employees did say that the areas would have more explorable buildings and landmarks. But what these buildings would have looked like on the inside is still a mystery. Aside from the open world, Bully is well known for its distinct blend of classroom activities, extracurricular shenanigans, and collectibles. Well, if I had to bet money on it, I'd have to say that the sequel will most likely repeat these elements. But in a university-like setting, again, it's difficult to say at this point. Bully, which is entirely owned by Rockstar Games, will only see a sequel if its creators make the audacious decision to pursue it. If it does happen, chances of a new subsidiary will to be on works as a Rockstar Vancouver. It's the company that created the original, merged with Rockstar Toronto back in 2012. Of course, Bully 2 could have happened at any time, as Rockstar New England has stated that numerous occasions since the game's discontinuation in 2013. According to the studio, between 50 and 80 employees worked on the sequel for the 18 months before it's cancelled in favor of games such as Max Payne 3 and Red Dead Redemption. As of 2013, the idea of making a sequel was still considered a possibility. We like to take a little bit of time at the end of the game before starting a sequel, so we can wait on the excitement or disappointment and everything else of the experience to shake down and really see what we should do in the next game, Rockstar executive Dan Houser told Gamasutra. So we knew we didn't want to start working on Bully sequel right away with Rockstar Vancouver, even though it is property that, like Max Payne, we adore and may return to us in the future. There was simply no impetus to do so at the time. You can do Max Payne, then we'll see what we can do with Bully. That's been mentioned. It hasn't been announced yet and it's a long shot, but if Rockstar Games can get Grand Theft Auto 6 out by 2024 or even 2025, there's nothing stopping Bully 2 from being the next game in works. To think if a game takes 3 to 4 years to develop, Bully 2 could technically release sometime between 2027, perhaps maybe 2028. This is of course wishful thinking, but it's also the most likely bracket inside of the flocking too. Given that the original Bully was released on PlayStation 2, it appears highly likely that the sequel will be released directly on the PlayStation 5. It is also worth noting that the Scholarship Edition, a complete remaster and the enhanced version of the original game, was released on Xbox 360. So at this point, neither the PlayStation 5 nor the Series X and S are out of the question. If it does arrive in 2027, it may only be available on the PlayStation 6 and Xbox Series S2, whatever it's going to be called. Well, do let me know what you think about Bully 2. Do you think there is still a possibility for it to happen, or do you think it's just a pipe dream? Do like and subscribe. See you guys all later, and have a wonderful day.